If you could have a guide, someone to help you tell your story, give you the tools to reach your ideal customer, lead you to living your dreams and turning a profit, would you follow it? Everyone, every passion has a place in this world, and each has the potential to be unstoppable. It's time to buckle up and tune in to your personal strategist, life purpose coach and marketing maven, Lindy Chaffin Start.
Hello. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to the studio. Oh my gosh, it's another Wednesday. Today on Unstoppable with little old me, Lindy Chaffin Start, we're going to be talking about the struggle that small business owners face on a pretty regular basis. And I imagine you think I'm going to go to the we don't take care of ourselves, and I might go there a little bit. But in all honesty, we struggle with everything from overcommitment to fear of failure. So we're going to take a look at the top 10 reasons that small businesses struggle and some tips on how to overcome them. And that probably will be more on the take care of yourself first side of things, but we'll see. Here in the studio, it is we're in Atlanta, and it's rather gloomy out today. It was raining earlier, but it's much better now. And to be completely honest, and I try to bring you that part of myself every week, as I was sharing with producer Keisha, it has been a challenging couple of weeks for me as a small owner and as a mom and as a friend. So today I'll share some of my authenticity with you. So first things first, as a small business owner, I have a client who, we often talk about and creation around a new business. And I have this little client who is just amazing. She helps families, children on the ASD spectrum, find the proper diagnosis. She and her team actually do the diagnosis for a child because there's multiple levels of ASD. That's why they call it a spectrum. And a lot of the work she does pro bono, but she has a rather successful practice in addition to that. Well, she created a brand for her in 2017, and it's one that I'm very proud of. Beautiful logo, gorgeous messaging, gorgeous website, just proud of it. And she has recently been challenged by not a competitor, but a referral source. She would be a referral source for this person, which means they're not really competing businesses. But she's been challenged person because this person came up with a similar logo around the same time and trademarked a similar logo, not an exact logo, similar. They both have names are totally different. My head just feels like it wants to explode right now thinking about it. One person in this beloved community actually does the diagnosing, as I mentioned. The other person actually does the treating. Well, the person that has been doing the treating and receiving from the person who does the diagnosing is saying, you're infringing on my trademark, service mark. So that is either going to force my client into court, battle it, or force her to change everything that her logo appears on, create a new logo. And the sad part is it takes her attention away from her families because she's dealing with this frustration. And it's petty to me. It just seems like this person's shooting herself in the foot, but my heart is going out to my friend and client today. And it comes with this caveat. And this isn't something I always recommend, and it's something that I handle personally, you have to have an attorney trademark your logo. If you do create a spectacular logo and go to that trouble, go ahead and hire the trademark attorney and have that in any tagline filed as your trademark or service mark, so that you don't have to worry about things like this. And even if you do, you might have to worry about things like this. I have another friend and client who dealt with this she had named her company one thing, worked out of Atlanta, and there was a Chicago that had the same name and didn't want any competition. So they had to change her name. It just hurts my heart, especially in a community that works so hard to support families that are struggling. I think it's a waste of energy. I think anytime that you can work together and show some sort of cohesiveness, and that's how I view this. I view it. I mean, I don't know who created what logo when. It doesn't matter to me. I see they both use pieces, and that's all part of the whole ASD community. It's all about how the pieces fit together. So they both use their puzzle pieces, and they both use a tree. And to me, like I said, it just shows a sense of cohesiveness instead of division. But that's a struggle. You want a direct link to a struggle that small business owners deal with. And it's not exciting. It's more angering than anything. That's something that's really hard to let go of, especially when you are very passionate about what you do, as my friend and client is very passionate about what she does. So it's one thing that a small business owner could be faced with, and it is the unsexy part of business ownership. Yes. So if you're listening and you have things that you have struggled with or you are struggling with, feel free to pick up the phone and call in or pop into the chat room and ask a question or talk it. That's what I'm here for. My advice to my friend initially, before she letter from the attorney, was that, we created a primary logo and a secondary logo and then a third option for a logo. So it's not going to be that difficult. You've already got stuff in place. Don't sweat that part. You already have some place that you can use. There's no need to redesign. And to just pray for that woman, lift her up to the universe, however you believe you need to do it, but beyond hope that she comes around to some smart thinking. Otherwise, she's not hurting you, my friend. She's hurting herself, and she's also hurting the community. You have to think about the huge, big picture. And the biggest part of that picture is those kids that need help and their families that need help. So my advice to her on the life side was just, you know what? Don't let it eat you up. We've got resources in place. We'll make some changes. It's not a big deal. I can take care of everything on the digital end. All you have to do is change the sign on the door. It'll be okay. So there's life coach and marketing maven coming to you authentically today. On a personal side, I've been struggling with my own, dare I say, demon. And it has taken my focus off of a lot of things, as it usually does. And I have been trying really hard to work through all of that personal stuff. My daughter is a huge part of my life. You've heard me talk before. And I have had to correct my course and sort of be the present mom that I promised I would. And it took me a minute to realize that I wasn't being the ever-present mom, because I'm here all the time, and I'm here with her a lot. I'm her room mom. I'm at all of her events, go to PTA skate nights, and she has sleepovers, and we hang out and do our stuff together, and then she has her friends, and I have my friends, and we go our separate ways. It's just kind of a normal mother-daughter relationship, but she told me recently that she wished we could spend more together. And I had no idea where that was coming from. So we had to go through some kind of the question and answer space and figure out what exactly it was we were trying to deal with. And I, like I said, adjusted course. Yesterday, I gave her a mental health pass. She stayed home from school. And I played hooky for the latter part of the afternoon, and we went to see The Kid Who Would Be King. Promo for that one. It's cute as a button. Go see it. And we came home and had dinner, and then sat on the couch drawing all night. I drew a picture. I haven't taken pencil to paper in a long time, so it was kind of fun. That, and then she decided to draw an alien girl wearing sunglasses, which was very cool. She is very much an artist and likes to escape through art and video games and things like that. So that's kind of what I've been dealing with, and it's, like I said, taken my focus off of things that are important to me, but in the grand scheme of things, she is the most important thing to me. So circling back around to that and continuing to do the best possible job I can for my clients. Again, I played hooky for all yesterday, and that's a little bit of self-care. When you can't get your focus and you are struggling in your mind with other things, sometimes that's just to take a break and look at the bigger picture and realize that you can't be everything to everyone all the time. You can I sure try, but I really can't like everything to everyone all the time. I love my clients, and they know that. And I try to stay in communication with them regularly about things that are going on. And if I'm running behind, I had to email a potential client before I came on this show today to let them know, hey, I'm sidetracked by reporting for another client right now. I'm so sorry. I'll have something to you on Friday. The best thing you can do is be honest and be transparent. And if things don't work out, ultimately, they're not meant to. And that's okay. It's okay. Something else will come along. As we can say, the universe has your back. To the first person who ever said that, but I know Gabby Bernstein has probably trademarked it 100 times over. Trademark, you heard me say it. Related it back to the original story. All right, so going to the theme of our show, we're talking about ways that small businesses and small business owners struggle and how to repair those things or how to fix those things, how to handle those things, how to maintain some sanity through those things. We've got 10 of them. But before we tackle those 10, I think we're going to take a quick break. So you are listening to Unstoppable on Inspired Choices Network. This is your host, Lindy Chaffin, and we'll be back in just a minute.
We all wish we had a few extra hours and a few less things to do in our hurried days. By tuning into Unstoppable, hosted by life purpose coach and marketing maven Lindy Chaffin Start, you'll hear success stories of how other entrepreneurs have uncovered their passions and learned to live a balanced, purposeful life. You'll receive tips and tools to market and grow your business, wrangle the chaos, and design the life you've dreamt of. Learn how to be unstoppable by tuning in to InspiredChoicesNetwork.com every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. This is Unstoppable with life purpose coach and marketing maven Lindy Chaffin Start. If you have a question about marketing your small business or finding balance as an entrepreneur, or you're just trying to get up the courage to do your own thing, Let Lindy know. You can call in the U.S. 815-880-8255, Canada 613-800-8736, or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. Now, back to Unstoppable.
And welcome back. You are listening to Unstoppable on Inspired Choices Network. This is your host, Lindy Chaffin Start. Before I dig into these 10 ways small businesses struggle, let me just invite you to give me a shout if you have questions, if you're struggling with something in your marketing or in your business or in life. Pick up the phone and call me at 404-245-7444. Or pop over to my website, www.unstoppablestart.com. There's a contact form at that page, and just let me know what you need help with. Schedule a little consultation. We'll do 30 minutes and talk it through. And if we find that you need additional help, then we'll do what we can to help you out or point you in the right direction. All right, so let's about these struggles. Now, we've seen it. There are lots of memes out there. The struggle, yes, the struggle is real, but struggle kind of connotates this sort of negative vibe, right? Struggles to struggle. Who wants to get up in the damn morning if you've got to struggle? It's no fun. So I'm going to tell you what your sixth grade teacher told you, which is reframe it. It's not a struggle. It's an opportunity. And it's true. It is definitely an opportunity. Challenge that you face, whether it's frustrating, whether it's time consuming, whether it's knowledge that you don't have, you have to learn, they're all opportunities. It's all an opportunity. It's an opportunity for and change and welcome that. Embrace it. This is the year to embrace the new, authentic you. It's in the cards. It's in the stars. Embrace it. And I know it's scary. It's scary. I was enjoying my conversation with Keisha before we started the show. How it feels like sometimes your knees are knocking and you're scared to death of what's coming. And that's okay. It's okay. Let your knees knock, but do it anyway. Do it anyway. Spend $500. Spend whatever you need to spend. Do whatever you need to do. Put yourself there. Offer to do a class. Offer to do a speaking engagement. Get out there as much as you can. It's an opportunity. So let's talk about struggle number one. Your target market isn't clearly defined, so you're trying to sell to everyone. What's my lesson going to be on that? You already know. Define targets. Now this can look different for many people, so you have to put your creativity hat on. Okay? If you have a purse, it's a leather purse, and it's designed specifically for women, then your target market is going to be women. But those women are going to be in different age brackets. And do you want to sell your purse to those age brackets? Well, of course you do, because you want to sell purses. So create a profile for a woman in each one of those demographics. Sally's 17, Judy's 27, Marjorie's 36, Becky's 49, Gertrude's 50. I mean, it keeps going. Now, what do these people do? Where are they in the whole generational perspective? 17 millennial, 26-year-old is a millennial, 30-something is more than likely a Gen X, 40-something might still be a Gen X, could be closer to a baby boomer. Okay, wait. Think about who their parents are. How are they raised? How are you going to speak to them? But wait, Valentine's Day is coming. Don't you want to sell your purse to men who want to buy a nice leather for their wife? girlfriend, daughter? Of course you do. All right, now you got to see where I'm going. Create a profile for those guys. All right, so not use all of your profiles all the time. You might want to pick certain targets and go after. I hate that term, go after, but you might. I also hate the term target. Pick your audience and design your language campaigns around that audience. Don't do one-offs, meaning don't do an ad on Facebook and think that it's going to get you anything. It will not. Design a campaign that speaks to this audience. You can do multiple audiences at once. You don't have to stick to that one audience, say, for the entire year. You can have the of all age groups, all your different profiles. You can speak to all of them. You can create your campaigns. You can put your ads in spaces where they're going to see based on their age and interest. Now, how did you know what their interests are? You did their profile, right? So it should be in there. 10-year-olds looking at colleges or just starting college, 20-somethings about to graduate, thinking about getting married, 30-somethings already married kids. That's the kind of thing you have to think about. So we're using an example of a purse, but if you're trying to sell a baby toy, like you're not target the kid going into college, and you're not going to target the 20-something, you're going to target the 30-something and the 40-something, and you're to them about what they're dealing with, or even into the grandparents. So you see where I'm going with this. If you design your audience profiles correctly and you give yourself enough information, like if you were writing a novel, then you know what that character is thinking and feeling and at any given time of the day. How does this character react to a guy? How does this character react to another woman? A challenge, something going on at work, the State of the Union address. How does this person react, and how are you going to speak to them? Okay, so make sure you identify your targets and then create your campaigns around them. Okay, now we threw out the guys. We included them in this, but we're going to use them all year necessarily. You can, but if you're trying to mind your budget, focus on the givey parts of the year. Valentine's Day, Hanukkah, Christmas. Okay? To target the guys as the girls. Okay. Struggle number 1. Done. Struggle number 2. You're working your ass off and you're on the verge of burning out. What are you going to do? Hey, every small business owner I've ever known this. Well, if you listen to a previous show of mine, you know that this is here because I'm at that point. I'm pushed to my limit, stretched like Stretch Armstrong. I'm all the way across the room, wall to wall. I can't go anymore. I'm stretched thin. So you find ways to delegate because you have to be able to take care of yourself in all of this too. So what do? Well, take a look at what you're doing currently. Might not be a matter of permanent staff overhead, but you might be able to hire a contractor to, like a freelancer, to do some aspects of the job. You might be able to hire a virtual assistant, somebody that works off-site but can do certain aspects of the job. You might be able to hire a marketing professional to do marketing. I might be able to marketing professional to do my marketing because I don't have time to do my marketing. What I ended up having time to do or being able to do, because I offer services, and this is just another personal experience, I run AdWords campaigns for a number of my clients. AdWords is one of those things that has to be babysat. You have to look at it weekly, report on it monthly, optimize it as much as you can based on buyer behavior. And I ended up farming that out to a team of people. It worked out, and now all I have to do is kind of roll reports together and have a conversation with a client versus doing the babying, doing the optimizing, and doing the reporting. So that took a lot off my plate, and I'm so glad I did it. I also have graphic designers and copywriters who work on my team. And if you're looking for a job, give me a call, because I could sure use an assistant. If you want to dip your toe in marketing and learn how to do 150 different things, come on. I'd love to have you. Those are some of the things you can do. So don't burn out. You have to have time for yourself. You can delegate. You just have to sit down and make that list and figure out what it is you can let go of. It's okay if that person is not you. It's okay. You don't have to be in control of it. It's okay. Let it go. Because otherwise you are going to burn out. Your business is going to fail. Your family's going to fail. It's going to be miserable. You're going to be miserable. Do it. Just don't do it. Take care of yourself. Put yourself in there. Schedule time for yourself. Take care of yourself. And delegate. It's easy to find somebody who's willing to participate. All you do is ask. If you find a like-minded person at a networking meeting, ask. Hey, I know you've got a full-time job, but do you feel like jumping in and helping me with this? I've got a challenge, and you seem like the perfect person who could help. It's not even the kind of thing you have to advertise. Just ask. Okay. Item number 3. Ooh, yep, you're spending way too much time on repetitive tasks. I've talked up Infusionsoft before. Infusionsoft is a great CRM/marketing platform. There's too much to talk about in what it could have a show of its own. There's too much to talk about in 2 minutes. But imagine a CRM with constant contact attached and a landing page creator attached and basically a time management tool, and being able to pre-create campaigns so that you don't have to respond to a single email that comes in. There are AI assistants out as well that can help you. Link them up to your Google Calendar, and they will respond via email to anybody or text to anybody who needs an appointment. So look those up. AI assistants, artificial intelligence assistants, and Infusionsoft. That's my promo for Infusionsoft today. All right. You are listening to Unstoppable on Inspired Choices Network. We're going to take another quick, and we'll be right back.
We all wish we had a few extra hours and a few less things to do in our hurried days. By tuning into Unstoppable, hosted by life purpose coach and marketing maven Lindy Chaffin Start, you'll hear success stories of how other entrepreneurs have uncovered their passions and learned to live a balanced, purposeful life. You'll receive tips and tools to market and grow your business, wrangle the chaos, and design the life you've dreamt of. Learn how to be unstoppable by tuning in to InspiredChoicesNetwork.com every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message? The world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. This is Unstoppable with life purpose coach and marketing maven, Lindy Chaffin Start. If you have a question about marketing your small business or finding balance as an entrepreneur, or you're just trying to get up the courage to do your own thing, let Lindy know. You can call in the U.S. 815-880-8255, Canada 613-800-8736, or Skype us at Inspire Choices Network. Now, back to Unstoppable.
And welcome back. You are listening to Unstoppable on Inspired Choices Network. This is Lindy Chaffin Start, and today we are talking about those 10 fabulous small business owners face. There's more than 10, I promise you, but these are 10 pretty ones. And it's going to sound like an Infusionsoft commercial before too long, which I find amusing, but it is what it is. Just so you know, I am not an Infusionsoft affiliate. It's them that I support. They do a good job. They really do a good job. It was well thought out software. And it's just one of those things. I tell my clients often what you will see with a lot of people in this business is that they will become affiliates, meaning they get paid by that they promote. It is a policy of mine not to get paid by the program that I promote. I would rather be able to customize a marketing plan for you, not you. That sort of model. It's just not my way of doing business. I want to be able to give you the best advice I can give you as a client, and that might be Constant. It might be SurveyMonkey, it might be Infusionsoft, it might be Wix, it might be Squarespace, it might be WordPress, AdWords, it might be Facebook. I don't get paid by these people. I just for you to be able to do good things. And yes, that does help me stay objective. Thank you. It helped me stay very objective. So I'm going to share one of my fun things. And this is not on the top 10 list, but I'm going to tell you, as a single mom and a small business owner, my go-tos for dinner as tools are my crock pot and my Instant Pot. And yes, I have both, and I have multiple sizes of crock pot, sadly. I have been a cook for the last 20-odd years. Yay, I'm old. And I cook from Whole Foods nightly. I do not eat processed. I eat from Whole Foods. My daughter eats from Whole Foods. So my crock pot and my Instant Pot tools. Again, this is just not trying to help them. This is just me saying, hey, put something in the crock pot when you leave in the morning, and when you come home, you don't have to start cooking dinner. And the Instant Pot, for those days that you forget that, will do the job in 30 minutes or less. So take advantage of those. All right. So back to the top 10s. So this is another good one. Their Infusionsoft plug. You're regularly losing track of incoming high-quality leads. Yikes. You spent all that money on marketing, and you can't. You're up with your leads in an Excel sheet. That's not good. And you get so busy you can't follow up with them. That's true. And the example I shared a little ago about the potential client waiting on me. They're waiting on me for an S. I already sent them campaign ideas, like basically all of my mini workshops that you've gotten to experience up to this. I rolled that into a 3-page document and said, so where do you want to start? And they said, we want to do it all. How much is it going to cost? It's not an easy thing to estimate. It's just not. So I will, I wrote to them and just let them know that it's coming. Bear with me. But keeping these high quality leads, you paid for the marketing. This was a word of mouth lead, so it wasn't something that came in through Infusionsoft. But you've got these great qualified leads that are coming in from your marketing. You got your campaign set up. You know where these people are coming from because you're tracking them, right? You've developed campaign, and it's tagging people as they come into a landing page and give you their emails and names so they can get a tip a week or product updates or sales. but you're not doing anything about it. Have a CRM in place that's not an Excel sheet, that's not run by you. Have those automated campaigns set up, or that centralized location of a CRM where you can create an email that up to that person, because that person signed up to join that list. Reach out to them on a regular basis. It's a great tool. I'm not going to lie. I honestly wish I had an Infusionsoft staff member, somebody on my team that worked for me that did nothing but Infusion, because you know how much work I would have right now if I did that. I mean, it's insane, because everybody needs what you have. It's just a matter of letting them know that you have it available for them. I don't care if it's free or if it costs $1 million. You got to let them know. You do that through your marketing. Okay, so let's see what's next. Oh gosh, now I've done this before for agencies, so there aren't clear processes and protocols. There are not clear processes and protocols for your business, because where is that stuff filed away? In your head. That is not the place for your standard operating procedures. No, it is not. So if you are the only person in your business, cool, and your brain big, but you're challenged by 100 million things. So why don't you just exercise that stuff? Go download Dragon Naturally Speaking. And I know it takes a minute for the software to learn. There might be a better one out there. I don't know. But just sit down and dictate to yourself what these policies and procedures are. Start with the simple things like email management. Move on to more difficult things, messaging, website, complaint resolution. Like, capture it all. Put it down on paper, so that way it doesn't have to live in your brain. Give it to somebody. Hire a virtual assistant for a few hours of work and have them go through and make it a pretty little book. It's not going to cost you that much money. It's not a difficult thing to do. Heck, you could probably find somebody on Fiverr to do it. If y'all don't know Fiverr, don't recommend this for logo development, SEO, or any of the like. But for virtual assistant stuff, if you can find somebody on there to do it, use Fiverr, because it's the cheapest game going. Or find somebody in your neighborhood, or a friend who isn't working and needs to throw some work their way. There are lots of different ways to accomplish this, but get that stuff out of your head and onto paper. Have somebody into a pretty book for you. And that way, when you do start taking on people, or if you do need to write something, oh, wait, I did that before, but I forgot. How did I do that? Like, you want to maintain consistency, because you're going to, word of mouth is a kill small business. So you don't want Susie Q, who had a complaint, and Rod, who had a complaint, get different results. Wait a minute. You just gave that person their meal for. Why can't you give me? I have the same problem. Why aren't you giving me my meal for nothing? Yes. So anyway, SOPs, standard operating procedures. Create yourself a book. In large organizations, this can be multiple books and lots of paper and a big old pain to create. But I promise you, it's worth it. For your small business, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Just create an outline. Map out what it is you want to do, and then sit down just like I do with this headphones and microphone on, little headset. Sit down and start talking to Dragon and get it all out on paper. It's not hard. Okay. Oh boy. Once again, we're going to tout Infusionsoft. So there are too many prospect clients and not enough time in the day to follow up with them. So this is where marketing automation comes in. I've already talked up marketing automation, but going back to, let's use our purse example. So have ads out in the local paper, which also has a digital ad. You have Facebook ads running. You have blurbs running. You have Pinterest and Instagram pictures with blurbs running that link to your landing page, not necessarily your website, because if Infusionsoft is trying to capture data, you want to create a landing page in Infusionsoft and run with this campaign from there. Okay, so, hey, purse is on sale. Sign up to receive updates hey, here's this great purse, locally sourced leather. Valentine's Day is coming up. Check us out. Get to the website. Now, this is marketing. Okay, this is the nuts and bolts of psychology. Hey, here's this great purse, locally sourced leather, Valentine. Your wife's going to love it. Click here. Go to the landing page. The first thing you do, sign up to get a discount. What? Oh, I'm sold now. Here. I like saving money when I'm buying my wife a gift. She won't be mad at me because I bought something with a plug attached to it. So you put in your email address. Okay. Well, it's a week till Valentine's Day. Your last day to ship is tomorrow. What do? You send out to all those people who've signed up for this information. You send them a discount. Hey, 15% today if you buy this purse. It'll ship tomorrow. You'll have it in time for Valentine's Day. Done. How many sales do you think you'll make? How many conversions? So you have to direction, okay? All right, we're going to take one last quick break, and then we're going to come out the rest of these tips. You are listening to Unstoppable on Inspired Choice Network. This is Lindy Chaffin Start. I am so grateful that you are with me today. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We all wish we had a few extra hours and a few less things to do in our hurried days. By tuning into Unstoppable, hosted by life purpose coach and marketing maven Lindy Chaffin Start, you'll hear success stories of how other entrepreneurs have uncovered their passions and learned to live a balanced, purposeful life. You'll receive tips and tools to market and grow your business, wrangle the chaos, and design the life you've dreamt of. Learn how to be unstoppable by tuning in to InspiredChoicesNetwork.com every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. This is Unstoppable with life purpose coach and marketing maven Lindy Chaffin Start. If you have a question about marketing your small business or finding balance as an entrepreneur, or you're just trying to get up the courage to do your own thing, let Lindy know. You can call in the U.S. 815-880-8255, Canada 613-800-8736, or Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. Now, back to Unstoppable.
Welcome back, you guys. So excited that you're here with me today, and we are talking about these 10 struggles that small business owners face and how to tips on how to them. And you're getting a lot of, I'll call it verbiage in there with it because I'm using this as my storytelling time. But we've got 4 and we've got just a few minutes. So I'm gonna give you the bullets and we'll go back and address each one. You're spending money at yourself, but you're not tracking how that money is working for you. It's return on investment. You are acting with fear of failure rather than the desire to succeed. You have stopped learning, and you're doing this all by yourself. So those are the last 4 things we're going to talk about. Okay, so number 7, you're spending money to market yourself. You're not keeping track of how that money is affecting your bottom line. How much money is it costing you to convert? I'm in the process of reporting for this client, I will tell you. On something that looks like a $2,000 over the course of 2 months. So 60-day campaign, 2,000 words budget. We did 170 some odd thousand impressions, had 4,000 some odd clicks, and ultimate campaign goal was to click from the landing page to the main website because it was a campaign. We weren't trying to track final conversions like sales conversions, but the goal was to increase leads and increase leases. Okay. What I have control of is what I'm reporting right now. 170,000 something impressions, and some odd clicks, and oh my gosh, conversions were like around, we were over 1,000 that actually clicked through to the main website. So the cost to convert was around $1. It's not a lot of money. Now, that 170 some odd thousand impressions was the number of times your ad placed on Google and its Google partners, search partners. So that's getting your name out there, 170,000 some odd impressions over the course of 2 months for $1,000 a month. Not everybody has that kind of budget, but that's some. So imagine if you had a purse. Just something to think about. So you want to know how much it's costing you to convert from an impression to a lead to a sale. Okay? It's good stuff to know. You need to know these things. And it also tells you, especially if you're advertisable channels, if you've got Facebook, if you've got AdWords, if you've got the local newspaper, you can see which one's doing better based on placement, based on demographic, and you can respond to that. Okay? All right. Number 8, you act out of fear of failure. That's some big stuff right there and needs its own show again. If you start your day thinking you're not going to get it done, that is out of fear of failure. If you start your day dreading a meeting, wondering if you're going to have a sale, that's fear of failure. You have to, every single day, from the minute you put your feet on the floor, thank you, thank you, thank you. God, universe, God's angels, thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for the successful client meeting. Thank you for getting the to-do list done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every single day. Start 1 foot, 2 foot. Thank you. There's your morning routine. Thank you. Be grateful instead of being fearful. It's the only way you're going to flip that switch. Grateful instead of fearful. Okay. You stop. This is the dreaded conversation. You can never sing. You have a craft, sure. You make beautiful leather purses from really sourced leather. Awesome. You can wield hole punches and all sorts of stuff like a pro. But that's not all you have to know about, especially if you're a small business owner. So take advantage of wonderful things like lynda.com is a great resource. Again, I'm plugging somebody that I support, but I'm not an affiliate. I'm a member. I'm happy to pay that money a month so that I can have an unlimited resource at disposal to learn something or find something. It's a great knowledge-based tool. There are lots of awesome classes, weekly tips. I mean, people have all sorts of things on there about marketing, small business ownership, various and sundry. Check it out. Take a look. It's not going to waste your time, but don't ever stop learning. Don't ever stop learning about your craft, and don't ever stop learning about your business and ways to improve it. Okay? The last thing, and this is probably the most critical thing, is that we all go into this thinking that we're the be-all, end-all, master of ceremonies. We're the one. Are the shit. Well, you are. Ultimately, every question, every concern, every complaint, everything comes down to you. You make the decisions. Don't have to do this by yourself. You don't have to. You have a best friend, you have a partner, you have somebody that you walk with, somebody that you with, somebody that you met through a networking group. You have a women group, you have a Kiwanis club, you have whatever it is Chamber of Commerce. You have people available. You have a small business association. There are people out there available, whether they're resources, small businesses, or just your best friend with a shoulder. You do not have to be in this by. You don't. Life coaches exist for this very reason. You don't do this by yourself. Pick up the phone and call somebody. Get some help. Just to bounce off of. I did that with my personal situation this week. You know who I called? I called and I called a friend of mine who's a client who's also a therapist. And I said, what should I do about this situation? Help me, guide me, because I can't do it alone. My brain's too jumbled. I've got too much on my plate. I can't figure this out by myself. And it needed to know exactly what direction I needed to go in. So you don't have to be in this by yourself. And it's cool if you have a specific need or problem that requires specific tools or excellent. You can find those too. It's really all good. It's just, I think a lot of it comes down to fear, and then you have to be willing to let go. You don't have to be in control of everything, and you don't have to be afraid. So I hope that you take that advice and enjoy your next week and continue to be unstoppable. Until then, take care.
Thank you for being Inspired Choices Network's most valuable asset and for tuning in to Unstoppable. Host Lindy Chaffin Start will return next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time, with more valuable tips to support you and your small business. Until then,